In a quiet corner of eastern France, where the fields seemed to whisper ancient legends to the wind and the trees guard secrets older than the Roman Empire, something extraordinary happened. It was a day like any other for the team of archaeologists working near the commune of Sacy, in the Burgundy region. The sun had barely begun to touch the furrows of the land when a shovel struck something that was neither rock nor hardened soil. The metallic sound was different. Ancient. As if the earth itself had sighed. What followed was an excavation that would forever change our modern understanding of the Celts in Europe. Beneath centuries of layers, a monumental tomb appeared. Not just a simple grave, but a sanctuary of the past. Inside, iron and gold lay sleeping, a collection of perfectly preserved weapons, and jewelry so delicate and intricate it left the experts breathless. Swords with decorated hilts, ceremonial spears, and a golden diadem whose filigree still shimmered, as though time itself dared not touch it. Dating confirmed what the archaeologists had barely dared to imagine, over 2,000 years old. This discovery belonged to the Latine era, a time of Celtic splendor that spanned from the 5th to the 1st century BC. The objects were intact, resting in the womb of the earth long before Caesar crossed the Rubicon. But who had been buried there with such honor? All signs pointed to a figure of power, perhaps a warrior leader, or maybe a high-ranking priestess. The weapons spoke of status, but the jewelry told another story. Among them was a torc, or rigid neck ring, sacred among the Celts, adorned with spiral motifs representing eternity and the connection to the divine. Only the chosen ones could wear one. Researchers noticed something else, a bronze cauldron, almost perfectly preserved, with zoomorphic figures in relief. In Celtic culture, cauldrons were not ordinary tools, they symbolized renewal and rebirth, ritual objects evoking abundance, death, and return. It was as if this burial not only honored a life, but also sought to ensure their passage to the next world. A journey sealed with iron and gold. As the earth was carefully removed, an invisible mural took shape. Painted ceramic fragments, ornaments of glass and amber, and most strikingly, traces of textiles and leather. Yes, even the fabrics, miraculously preserved under exceptional soil conditions. These fragments revealed manufacturing techniques so advanced that some specialists compared their complexity to that of the classical civilizations more widely known. The discovery struck a blow to the stereotype of the Celts as barbarians. These objects were tangible proof of a refined civilization, capable of deep, complex, symbolic artistic expression. A spiritual, organized society with trade and knowledge networks extending far beyond the Gallic forests. The gold found likely did not originate in France. There were signs of contact with other European regions, even with the Mediterranean. It confirmed that the Celts were not just warriors, they traded, they created, they believed. In the following weeks, the site became a hive of scientists, journalists, and the curious. And yet, paradoxically, the more the tomb was studied, the more mysterious it became. Experts began to wonder if this burial was not merely an individual's grave, but part of a larger ritual complex, perhaps a hidden sanctuary buried beneath centuries. And here the story takes an even more fascinating turn. Certain elements of the tomb, such as markings on stones and the precise orientation of objects, aligned with astronomical patterns. Could it be that the Celts buried their dead according to the stars? Was this tomb also a sacred calendar, a map of the afterlife? French authorities, aware of the cultural value of the discovery, imposed strict protection measures. But they also began drafting plans for a local museum, where these treasures could be shared with the world, not as mere archaeological remains, but as living testimony of a people long misunderstood. Because this discovery is not only important for its material value. It matters because it challenges historical narratives, because it gives voice back to a people whose memory was long silenced by the history written by their conquerors. Because in that torc, that sword, that cauldron, there is more than ancient craftsmanship, there is a whole worldview, a cry of identity. Today, under the French skies where once druidic chants echoed and war chariots thundered, the earth has spoken. And its voice is clear, ancient, and beautiful.